Hi there. In this video, we're going to talk about buttons and operations. Buttons can be linked to operations so that when a button is clicked, an operation will fire. Buttons can be made to do a lot of things such as sending emails. In this example, we will show how a button can be used to reopen a previously closed expense claim. So if I click the Reopen button on this form, it reopens the claim and moves the claim to the Finance section. Buttons can also be added to lists and configured to operate on one or more records. Using the previous Reopen example, we will create a button on the list that does the same thing. So go into Edit mode and click the plus icon to add a new button. And we will select the Reopen Expense Claim operation. To edit the properties of a button, hover over the button in Edit mode and select the pen icon. The Require Select option will force the user to first select one or more records on the list before they are able to press the button. In this example, we want the button to reopen the claims that we select, so we will turn this toggle on. We will add a refresh display operation to update the list to show the change. So I'll select to reopen these 3 claims. As you can see, they move to the Finance section. This can be used to create a mass update to records. There is also the ability to prompt the user so that when a button is clicked, the user will be presented with a pop-up where they can select a field value. To configure this, go back into Edit mode and select the pen icon above the button. Select the Update operation and scroll down to a toggle called Prompt End User to assign empty mappings, and switch this toggle on. I'll also remove Finance as the value so the user can select the value. So now when I select a record and click the Reopen button, I am prompted to select a status for the record. So I'll select Supervisor to send these records back to the Supervisor department. There is also an inline option for buttons that will show the button at the end of each line in the list. So I'll go back into Edit mode and select the pen icon. And I'll select the inline option for the location field. Users can choose a color and choose between a button with text or just an icon. And they can select from a list of icons. So now you can see the Reopen button as just an icon at the end of each item in the list. When a list or form has multiple buttons, they can be grouped together into a single Actions button that groups the different buttons into a drop-down. So I'll edit the properties of the Reopen button. And I'll type in Actions into the Group field. And I'll do the same for the Approve button. And save. So now you can see that these 2 buttons are grouped under a single button called Actions. Buttons can also be added to dashboards. In this example, I will create a button that will create a shortcut to open a new expense claim. So I'll go into Edit mode and select Add Button, Open Form. And I'll select the expense form. I can edit the properties of this button by selecting the pen icon. So now here you see this button opens an expense form when clicked. I think you will find this video very useful for adding buttons to your application. Thanks for watching.